Alright guys, just woke up. It is day number 4. Just finished our 3rd night here in the camper van on Lake Pukake. And we're gonna head into Mount Cook, which is about a 30-minute drive from here. Luckily they have some public showers there because where we stayed at last night did not have any. So we're ready to get cleaned off and we'll see you guys there. On our 34-minute drive here to Mount Cook from Lake Pukake. Wow. These views, this is like an excursion in itself. I know they always said that some of the best parts about New Zealand is driving through it, but this is the first time I'm really like, absolutely lives up to its name. Like coming up to these snow-capped mountains with these winding roads through these valleys, it's just like out of a movie. And now we're checking out our White Horse Hill camp where we're gonna be staying, and let's say this, we've stayed in worse places than this before. So guys, we just made it to the campsite here in Mount Cook. Super excited to be here because there are so many cool hikes and the mountains here are massive. And so it's gonna be a lot of fun staying here. The views are insane. As you can see, this is where we parked. Got our camper van right here, along with a picnic table, and then amazing views in the distance. And a little more about this place is it's $15 New Zealand dollars per person per night. And then right when you arrive, you go ahead and register, and they basically have this little kiosk where you go ahead and fill out a form that has all of your information, your camper license plate number, and then you go ahead and put the money, $15 per person, into the bag and then set it there. And then you take this little yellow piece back with you and then you hang it from your windshield, and then you're good to go. And here they have, I believe, like a kitchenette area and then also restrooms. If you want to go to the showers though, they are about 2.5 kilometers away and they'll run you about 2 New Zealand dollars per every 4 minutes. So make sure you have cash for both registration here and then change also for the showers. So guys, a good camping tip for you is if you want to save a little bit of money and make sure you're hydrated the whole time, at the beginning of your trip when you pick up your camper van rental, I would grab a 10-liter jug of water, purchase it at the grocery store, and then 2 like 1.5-liter bottles. And basically the reason being is at a lot of these campsites you can go ahead and refill it, and then you don't have to buy new water bottles every single time. It's filtered water, it's good to drink. Then you'll really only have to pay, I think, $6 for the 10-liter jug at first, and then you pay like maybe 2 New Zealand dollars for each one of the 1.5-liter bottles. And you can take the 10-liter jug of water and fill the 1.5-liter bottles of water, and then you can bring them on hikes and save you quite a few bucks every time you go on a hike. And at least for us, we're hiking daily, so that's saving us quite a few dollars per day. Well, I say this in a lot of my videos, not everybody watches all of our videos, and we go to a lot of places where this is required. But make sure you fully lather up and get your sunscreen on, because I'll tell you, these New Zealand rays can really give you a nice color. I put on some SPF 30 and SPF 70 on my nose, and I still got burnt after putting it on once. So you even need to reapply if you're gonna be outside all day. So definitely make sure you do that, because you don't wanna take something home like skin cancer. That's the one souvenir you don't want. All right guys, we just got our bags packed, getting ready for our hike number 3 in New Zealand. So I'm actually gonna be switching over to the GoPro and just carry that up with me and not bring this main camera up, because I don't know how steep or which trek we're gonna be going on yet. So since I'm already bringing 1.5 liters, actually no, probably 2 liters of water, a few other camera gear pieces, and a couple granola bars, the backpack's heavy enough and it's kind of hot out. So should be able to cover everything on the GoPro, and then I'll give you guys a recap once we get to the bottom. So as you can probably see behind me, we decided on Hooker's Valley Trek to do our first trek here in the beautiful area of Mount Cook. So it's about 3 hours round trip. Let's get going. We're just about 10 minutes into the hike, and these viewpoints do not disappoint. I think choosing Hookers for the first trek around Mount Cook was a great choice, because we've probably already doubled the amount of time walking on the trail just because there's so many spots to take a couple photos. So continuing on, we got a nice big bridge coming up on us. We're just about halfway, and we're walking across the second bridge right now. This one's about twice the drop as the other one. So if you jump up and down on it, they say the bridge breaks. Oh, just kidding. You don't want to jinx something like that. All right, walk faster, just keep walking, just keep walking. Woo! We're in a pretty cool part of the trail right now. because it's kind of like a massive valley in between all of these mountains. But if you look closely, there's like waterfalls, really small ones in the background, a bunch of like exotic plants all around here, at least exotic for an American here in New Zealand. And we're crossing over bridge number 3. This one is not as intimidating as the other ones. Would kind of be nice to jump in there right now. And we're now approaching bridge number 4, technically the 3rd large bridge, because I don't know if you really want to count that small one. But once again, the views are not disappointing here, I'll tell you that, ladies and gentlemen. It is worth the hike, and it's been pretty easy so far. Not too many elevations higher than maybe 10-20 foot hills you have to get over, so not bad at all. Basically anyone can do this hike. Gotta get across the bridge, it's gonna break. Woo! Got an IMO hike out of here. That's how you get the workout in. Hold on. There's 2 ways to know that you're almost to the end of this trail. Number 1 is you find this big rock on your way. That's a landmark for you. Or number 2 is you download all trails, which you can use all over New Zealand. And then you can track the amount of time you spent on the trail. You can see ratings on the trail, and you can kind of get an idea if it's easy, moderate, or for advanced hikers. So download that app before you go to New Zealand, or if you're in New Zealand right now, download it, because it's kind of fun also just to see where you're at on the track, how quickly you're doing it, how much time you're wasting taking photos, etc, etc, etc. So that's all trails, ladies and gentlemen. All right, just made it down here, and checking the time here on all track, it looks like we made it in around 1 hour and 25 minutes for just over 3 miles. That's with a few stops and hopping off the beaten path a couple times to grab some photos. And we were definitely not racing through it, so by no means is this some sort of fast time to brag about, but it's just kind of fun to look at how fast we made it, kind of just doing it our leisurely way, stopping for a couple water breaks too. And now it's a pretty cool landing spot, our final spot. It's a lake here, right in the valley of these mountains. And there's a couple glaciers sitting in there, so if I were to guess, they must have fallen off the mountain. Just touched the water. It feels like there's a glacier in there, trust me, it is ice cold. But honestly, if I was sweating right now, like really badly, if it was the middle of the day, I'd probably jump in, because it's kind of refreshing. Didn't record much on the way back on the hike, guys, but looking at all trails right now, 6.7 miles in 3 hours and 3 minutes. So that's 23 minutes a mile, which is shocking because we probably spent 25 minutes once we got there, stopped multiple times to get some photos. Unfortunately, the GoPro died right at the end of that clip, but the Hooker Valley track was one of my favorite hikes I did in all of New Zealand. So it's definitely one you're gonna wanna make sure you make time for. It's for sure probably the easiest hike too, because it's pretty much flat terrain all the way there, and every corner you turn, there is so much to see. But to give you a quick glimpse, we also did the Sealy Tarns track, which was much more difficult. And here's a kind of a quick snippet of when we got to the top. We didn't do much recording throughout that hike because we just wanted to go full speed ahead. So guys, just made it to the top here of the Sealy Tarns track. So this one is much shorter in terms of distance-wise than Hooker Valley track that we did yesterday, but whoa. This one is definitely more moderate. You go up so many stairs. As you can see over here, we can literally see the whole track, which is I believe 3 miles of where we started at the campground all the way until where we hiked last night and back. And that kind of gives you an idea how high in the air we are here on the Sealy track here. So it's super cool though. It's worth the hike, and it'll definitely give you a workout. There's a nice picnic area up here to hang out as well. So pack some sandwiches, bring lots of water, and you'll be good. Chelsea and I each finished 1.5 liter shared bottle, and then almost finished our 2 probably 12-ounce water bottles. So that's between 2 people, and we consume a lot of water because we were sweating quite a bit, moving quick, and we got up in probably 1 hour and 30 minutes, and it probably takes 45 minutes to get down. So cool track, but yeah, get ready for a workout. We got lucky with an amazingly beautiful day.